Are you looking for a new game or a new ARPG? I got you covered. From Moon Studio, the award-winning developer of Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisp, comes No Rest for the Wicked, a visual precision action RPG set in a reinvent of the genre. So basically they want to reinvent the ARPG genre. The year is 841, King Harald is dead. As the word of his death echoes through the kingdom, the crown passes up for his arrogant yet untested son Magnus. Even worse, the pestilence, an unholy plague not seen for 1,000 years, has returned. It sweeps across the land, corrupting everything and everyone it touches. Madrigal Selene, a ruthless, ambitious figure in the church, sees the pestilence as a chance to prove herself in the eye of her god. These forces converge on the black water Isola Sacra, when rebel groups and the provincial government fight for control amid in the isle crumbling ruins. You are a Serim, a member of a group of mystical holy warriors imbued with remarkable powers and sworn to defeat a pestilence at any cost. But the task will prove increasingly challenging as you become entangled into people's plight and the vast political struggle of this downtrodden land. Chaos will you pull in every direction as you seek cleanse the land of wickedness and shape the kingdom of fate. Welcome to No Rest for the Wicked. This is a brand new ARPG coming out in just actually 2 days. It's coming on Thursday for the Steam and GeForce Now. So if you have Steam, you can play it through Steam or GeForce Now, but I'm pretty sure GeForce Now is just gonna open up Steam. But it's just you have the options for both of that. So basically, No Rest for the Wicked is a brand new ARPG game which has a Souls-like combat, but the developers, are mostly known from, Ori, which is a bit different game. But the thing is, the developers behind this game is big ARPG fans, and now they finally have followed their dreams to actually make their own ARPG game. And they say this game will, push the era of the game into the future. Basically they want to they will improve, upgrade the ARPG genre. Since, if you're looking at Diablo 2 and you look at Diablo 4, it's kind of the same game, just with new features and functions. There isn't really any groundbreaking things between those two games. Not saying Diablo 4 is a bad game, I like that game, but still, we haven't seen any huge improvement between those games. But now Rest for the Wicked is here to prove that this can actually be done. So again, the early access is on April 18. You can get it here on Steam, and in the future it will also come on Xbox, as you can see here, and it will also come on PlayStation. But it will first come on the consoles when it's actually 1.0, which means when we actually get it on Steam, it will be early access. Which means if we go down on the early access roadmap, we can see here we're getting the Steam early launch. After that, we're getting Update 1, which will introduce multiplayer. It will have some kind of arena system, so you can fight people. We don't know yet if you can actually fight random people or only your friends. I hope personally it's going to have some kind of matchmaking system, so you can keep fighting random players. That would be super fun. Also, even imagine if it had some kind of ranked leaderboard, so you could see who have won most games and so on. That would be fun. But also, Update 2, we're getting the Breach, and further updates we're getting even more. They also uploaded a video on YouTube, which is 25-minute long, where basically they are talking about different things in the game. The developers are talking about a lot of things. For example, world design, combat, bosses, sacrament, and even a little piece here where they talk about Endgame. But overall, a really great video. If you really want to learn every small detail about this game, you have to watch this video here. It is so important. But again, going back to their own website here, we have No Rest for the Wicked. They have some news here talking about how you can actually learn more about the game. But if we go into the details of this is the game they made first, Ori, which you might have tried. But going into this game here, it's a game that heavily is driven like an ARPG game. The camera is a bit more loosey, going with you, and the combat is very Souls inspired, very hard also. Probably not too hard, but still hard. So you're not gonna meet 100 zombies at the same time. It's more 3 to 5 enemies max at the same time, where it's about dodging and actually playing this game skillfully. The game won't have any classes, so there's no classes in this game. You basically, the items you have on is who you are. So you can have a big great sword, which is a bit slower but high impact. You can have 2 daggers, so you can attack very faster. You know, it's gonna have like all different items, which is nice. You can also get like light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, and depending on what kind of like armor you have on, your roll and speed is going to be different. For example, if you have light armor, you're going to be rolling away when you're dodging. If you have full plate armor, you're going to just be jumping lightly away. So stuff like that, which is super cool. I also received a little list from a friend where he says, in this early access version, we're gonna get a rich first chapter of the narrative campaign, additional quests that reveals more about the world and its inhabitants, intense boss battles against plague-ridden creatures, a large variety of weapons, armor, skills, crafting options. Gear can be upgraded, enchanted, runed, and gems to create your ideal character build. Purchasing and furnishing a modifiably home. Yeah, so we also have housing in this game. Daily and weekly bounties, bounty challenges, replayable Serum Crucible dungeon. So basically they're gonna have like a in-game system, which is like they're gonna have like an in-game system, which is like dungeons. You can like keep grinding, which is gonna give you like the best items and best currencies for like crafting different items. And I think we have a short preview here of, for example, here you can see that he walks into this in-game place in this trailer where it has like a lot of different portals. But the story behind, so you can see here like the portal room in here. The story behind this is, as for how Moon plans to keep players coming back to No Rest for the Wicked, on the road to its 1.0 launch, it divulged into an in-game content will consist of multiple things to do instead of just single activity loop. Speak with Marla on the subject. The one piece of content he shared, special roguelike dungeon called Serum's Crucible, formerly known by the working name Crypts, accessible only after players have wrapped up the available campaign content in the early access build. Entering Serum's Crucible involves visiting a special zone surrounded by several statues. Approaching one of them, offering your blood, activates the particular statue, which warps players into a randomized dungeon crawl and tasks you get through task you to get through 10 randomized rooms to reach the end. Marla says this structure is inspired by Diablo 1's dungeons, in which players fought through 16 increasingly difficult levels to face Diablo in the end. So basically, just like Diablo 1, where you kept going down in levels, the same thing this endgame system is going to have. They're going to have like 10 floors, 10 rooms where you keep like going into next room. It's a thing we have seen also a lot of like in roguelike games, where you keep going into a room and another room and another room and another room and so on. Only one stage is available for early access launch, but more will be added over time. Each stage will take players into different set of rooms. So imagine you're going to have a room, let's say there's going to be 20 statues. One is for like some kind of like ice kingdom, one is for hell, one is for like a swamp. You know, each of them is probably going to have like different themes, different bosses, but I'm pretty sure like every time you go into them, they probably, as they say, they're going to have randomized rooms. So it's kind of like Diablo 4 dungeons, where they have like I don't know, like 50, 100 different dungeons, but they all keep the same. They have different themes, but every time you go into them, the rooms and the objects are still going to be a bit different. The same thing they're going to have here, which is pretty cool, I would say, pretty cool. In addition to Diablo, Marla compares Crucible's structure to that of Hades, in that each room offers a specific randomized challenge, which could focus on platforming, combat, or puzzle solving. You never know what enemies will spawn each run, either as for what awaits players at the end of the Crucible. Moon is keeping the surprise closer to the west. Completing Serum's Crucible rewards special exclusive loot and materials required to craft more advanced upgrades, creating an incentive to tackle them repeatedly if you want to build the most powerful version of your character. Like everything else, the loot is randomized, so different runs result in different rewards. Eventually, Moon intends to implement stipulations such as perhaps exploring naked and multipliers to Crucible stages in exchange for greater loot. Okay, so they're gonna have like a lot of different like tools things, like, you know, you might go into one statue where it's like, yeah, you can't have equipment on here, you need to be like naked and only a weapon, so good luck. You know, they're gonna have like different things, probably like rule sets and so on, which is gonna make the main game a bit more dynamic. But going back to the website, they basically just have like, you know, like information about the game. They also have the Steam page where they have like a lot of information. But basically, me saying to you, this game is a campaign-driven ARPG. When you're done with the campaign, you have all the in-games activities like, what could that be, for example? That could be the dungeons that you can keep grinding, this new dungeon system here. They have the housing where you can make your house into nice. They have crafting, upgrading. You can even upgrade the main capital city you are in to make it like so the blacksmith gets a better blacksmithing tools. You know, basically you can upgrade the entire city. Again, the game won't have single player day one, but in the first update they're going to release, we don't know how long. Hopefully it's going to be like a month or 2 months max, because I think if they're going to draw it too long, it's going to kill the hype for the multiplayer part. So I'm sure it's going to be like around the corner after the game goes into early access. But still, this game is going to be very interesting. It's a game I discovered like very recently. I was not expecting to play this game, or I haven't heard about this game until like a few days ago. I was like, damn, this game looks amazing. And the more we wait, the more we see that the more they tease, it just gets better and better and better. So very, very, very excited for this game, I have to admit. But again, I just kind of wanted to make this video as a, hey, have you seen No Rest for the Wicked? It's pretty cool, you should check it out. And again, it's coming on PC in just 2 days, and when it's actually done, 1.0, it will also release on consoles. So we're gonna get a big launch now, and then we're gonna get a bigger launch when it's 1.0 comes out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to talk about this game to let you all know who follows me that this game is coming soon. I'll be covering it. Hopefully I can do some great content about it, and it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna have so much fun with this game. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you in No Rest for the Wicked. And if you want to watch me live stream this game, I will be live streaming it on launch day and probably a few days after also, on my Twitch, which you can find on twitch.tv/Dvalin. It's basically just twitch.tv/Dvalin. So thanks for watching. I'll see you perhaps on Twitch when I live stream this game, and have a good day. Bye.